That's interesting.
We had no audio.
We didn't have any audio?
No, not during any of that.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks like we have audio.
No, I just turned it on.
You just the mic was
Yes.
muted?
The
Okay.
mic was muted.
All right, well then we'll start over. Hello everyone, welcome to OKLCS Season 3 Week 8. Week 8.
Yes.
We are going live with possibly 4 Gold Cat games tonight.
Yes, it could be anywhere from 4 to 2.
4 to 2? Okay.
Yes, there could be 4 to 2 games, so it might be a short stream tonight, depending.
Anyways, we are going live with Freelance 5 versus the Thunder Buddies for Life. Thunder Buddies sitting very nicely in the standings, 5-1 going into this week. I'm pretty sure they are secured a playoff spot with that record, since there's only 2 weeks left.
Yes, they are.
But Freelance 5 sitting at a little bit more modest 2-4. I don't know. I didn't do the math, so I don't know whether they can still make playoffs. But definitely still have the place to make some progress, move up in the standings, and make their mark on OKLCS Season 3. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump into that game. It is going to be the Freelance 5 on the blue side up against Thunder Buddies for Life.
Oh, and we will change the titles in just a moment.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that right now.
All right, over here for Freelance 5, we do have a sub in the jungle.
Oh, it's
and
our old friend.
Potentially a sub in the top lane, it looks like. In the top, we've got Beat Rush. I guess that's Beat Rush 7. Beat Rush 7 on Maokai. In the jungle, 4Alk on Evelyn. In the mid lane, X Bromson on Victor. And in the bot lane, Rice Cake Fury and Karadin on Kog'Maw and Taric.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good combo right there. Drop that invulnerability, let Cog just free auto, absolutely melt some people. Over on the Thunder Buddies, in the top lane we've got Sutan-Ri. I believe he's been the top laner throughout the whole season. Not a sub or anything. It looks like that they have their full lineup on the side of the Thunder Buddies. In the jungle, we have Deranged on Warwick. In the mid lane, Iceman on Orianna. And in the bot lane, Kamina and the Dark Dud on Ashe and Zyra. Also a good bot lane pairing. That's one that's popped up in the LCS every now and then. From time to time, meta to meta.
Yeah, Zyra Ashe, always a really fun bottom lane just to watch, because you land one of those CC abilities, the other one's going to follow very quickly afterwards, and you're just chain CC'd, and that's going to be enough damage to kill off basically any bottom lane champion with how strong Zyra is.
Yeah, Zyra does a ton of damage.
Yeah, some interesting starts on both sides here. Deranged on Warwick, starting off with Talisman 3 potions, which is really strange. Just because Warwick does a lot of auto-attacking, his Hunter's Machete is going to be way more valuable than the Talisman. Especially since you're starting blue, you don't even really need the Mana Sustain from the Talisman. Additionally, you don't need potions on Warwick in the jungle as long as you have that blue buff, which you do on your first clear. So that's why the Hunter's Machete Rejuvenation Beat is always the start on Warwick. It gets you to that early Tiamat that Warwick basically always wants in order to clear faster. Since he's very single target focused, so I gotta say there's a little bit more efficient starts you could take on Warwick here than this Talisman 3 potions.
In the top lane matchup, we're seeing Maokai. We haven't seen... Oh! Karadin just gonna go for a little bit of poke onto Dark Dad, but he takes some back with the help of Kamina. Ooh, actually takes a little bit more right as he's leaving there from a Zyra Q. Anyway, to the top lane, not many people playing Maokai as much these days. It's not a bad pick, but just after he lost just that kind of OP-ness, that he had going on after a couple nerfs, people just kind of started to favor other tanks that had filled certain niches better, since he was just kind of a generalist. Get on you, kill you, be tanky.
Yeah, Maokai's one of those champions that'll basically never be bad. Hold on a second, we're going to see 4Alk. He gets it revealed by the invisibility. He jumps out. Iceman has to flash away, but that's a lot burned for basically no commitment on the side of the Freelance 5.
With that much health loss, you might get pushed out of lane as well.
Yeah. And that's exactly what you want to do for your Victor. Just give him the pressure early on so that he's able to just stay in lane and farm up to get that hex score. From that point on, he's basically very self-sufficient.
Yeah. But Shin's pretty good against tanks, been a popular pick, even seeing a lot of play in the LCS and stuff. He does fairly well against Maokai for, several reasons. One being he has a lot of tank damage and mixed damage. The auto attacks in the E doing physical, his Q damage being max health magic damage. And another thing about him is he doesn't use very many spells, when he's going in for those combos.
Karadin gets caught by the Grasping Wrist, takes a lot of damage, he has to flash away. scared of the extra last auto attack. Didn't trust Rice Cake to heal him, I guess.
Ooh, a gank coming in from Warwick.
He was spotted on a Tri-Brush ward, but Maokai a little bit slow to follow back. Rice Cake Fury actually moving forward past the plants he did. That was definitely a mistake. First blood goes over to the bottom lane. Dark Dud picks it up. Deranged. It looks like Beat Rush was able to make it out without burning his flash. Actually turns back a lot of damage onto Deranged as well. Oh, and 4L just here for the counter gank.
Yeah, he saw that Deranged was pretty low. He's trying to see if he can make something happen.
Yeah, Beat Rush is trying to bait out the 2v1 and see if he can get the Evelyn into a good position.
And now we just get to watch a little bit of farming.
Yeah, but a huge mistake from Rice Cake Fury in the bottom lane down there for first blood. He got the plants behind him somehow, and then he moved forward, just trying to avoid the damage, not realizing, oh, the champions are just going to kill me now. But
well, avoided the poke, but found himself taking a bit more damage than that.
Interesting Kamina starting off with the Cull rather than Doran's Blade or Longsword start. He's going to build a Vamp Scepter on his first recall. Only 27 CS to his name off of that recall, so not the best of backs, but especially with having gotten that first blood in the bottom lane. Probably could have stayed around a little bit more, but maybe, I guess he just expecting Kog'Maw to come back with a little bit more combat stats, wanted to pick something up for himself.
And Iceman's out of mana, and Bromson knows it. He's going to try to force some trades on him now. Yeah, and there's the back. He knows he can't compete now without any mana. Bromson's got enough to just force him away from the wave every time he gets close. He hasn't backed yet, though.
Okay, so Dark Dud, he's hitting the bush. Rice Cake Fury face checks into a Grasping Roots as well as the Q from Zyra. He gets that Thunderlord's proc off. And that's one of the things about Zyra, she's so oppressive in lane, even amongst range supports, so match up against her with a melee support, you're in for a really rough time. Taric is a really strong support in lane against other melee support. Taric generally outtrades other melee supports. 4L is going to get revealed by the invisibility. He smites away the Scuttle Crab and runs for his life.
Yeah, compared to a champ, like, Braum has, like, you know, a lot of utility in his kit, a lot of ability.
Hold on a second. Bromson collapsing onto Deranged. There's the teleport coming in from Beat Rush, and now Deranged realizes he's in trouble. He has to flash himself out of there. The Chaos Storm goes down. Beat Rush flashed, but he does not have the range for the Twisted Advance. And it looks like Deranged will get out of there. Burn both the summoners of Beat Rush for that one, and makes it out alive. Oh, Rice Cake Fury caught by another Grasping Roost. There's the Dazzle onto Dark Dud, but Rice Cake Fury is zoned away with a plant. He can't come around for some more damage. Bromson gonna take a little bit of damage, but Iceman might have walked a little bit too slow. Beat Rush pops his push together and
doesn't have
away.
The movement speed to chase these targets yet. Hasn't purchased any boots.
In the bottom lane for Thunder Buddies for life here. Oh, Rice Cake is autoing onto Kamina, but he's taking a lot of minion damage, but here's 4L. He flashes in for the auto attacks, and Kamina will fall. Rice Cake Fury picks up a kill.
That's great to pick up kills on Kog'Maw like that.
Yeah.
He's definitely aimed to be a late game champion. You can have a decent early game if you do go for that Triforce, but for the most part it doesn't end up being worth it. Yeah, you'll spike harder then, but you're delaying, you know, some of that late game power that Kog'Maw brings by about almost 4,000.
Oh, Dark Dud, he throws down the damage onto Rice Cake, and the Thunderlord takes him out. Dark Dud gets stunned up, but he gets the stand united. That means that the Cathian surprise is nullified. Now Carradine gets taunted up by the Shadow Dash, and he's probably going to be going down here. He does not have his splash. Dark Dud going to throw out the Grasping Roots and auto him. He's on a killing spree.
3 kills for the Zyra, carrying from the bot lane. That's why people put Zyra support in quotes.
Yeah. I mean, going for the Blade of the Rune King build on his Ashe that we've seen sort of become the standard now. The Blade of the Rune King into Runons into Black Cleaver, and that's because you can insta stack your Black Cleaver with the Ranger's Focus auto attack, and then you're just like getting all of that on with Runon's Hurricane as well as the Blade of the Rune King passive as well as Ashe slow. So it's just a really nice early spiking build. It gives you a lot of utility. And you saw what happened though when Rice Cake Fury tries to auto into the enemy AD carry when he's like standing in the minion wave. He was so low that just the Thunderlord's proc from Dark Dud able to take him out. Now Dark Dud brush camping again. But looks like a pretty significant CS lead starting to build up for Sutonri off of that failed teleport from Beat Rush. Now the Shadow Dash onto him because here comes Deranged. He's got his level 6, which means Infinite Duress is available. He lands it. There's the suppression. Beat Rush ready to throw up his hands in the air. He gets the courage of the Colossus shield. And there's the flash from Sutonri, but he doesn't get the auto up. And it's a double kill before it goes down. Beat Rush, the 1v2.
Now this Warwick is still pretty squishy. He only had, I don't even know if he had the Tiamat yet.
Gonna flash to dazzle up Kamina, but there's no follow-up, and Raisuke Fury too far back. It means Keratin basically wastes that summoner spell.
Yeah, if he was really wanting to flash to try to pick up that kill, Raisuke was either going to have to be closer or flash too, because without the Kog'Maw being close enough, it's not worth it. You got no kill pressure. But they are going to go ahead and go for this dragon now. 4-Alk's here. They have it warded. Control wards around the area.
Raisuke
Looks
Fury.
like they're starting to come in though. Underbuddy's starting to collapse. Yeah. They have 4 members.
Yeah, but there's Bromson is here as well. It's a 4v4 in the bottom lane with Stand United not available. There's the smite. It goes down to Deranged, and 4-Alk is so low he goes down. Kamina picks up the kill. Deranged will go down to the Chaos Storm. No, Keratin picks it up. Shockwave knocked into the air with Bromson, and that's another couple kills over to the Thunder Bunnies. Keratin's gonna go down, and this disaster for Freelance 5.
Oof. Had that stun landed and Kamina not flashed it, she would have gone down to that Kog'Maw passive, but she doesn't. Yeah, the smite was just a little bit too early. I think it had about 132 health is what I saw after the smite went down.
Yeah, not to mention Deranged, level 7 to level 6 compared to 4-Alk. Thunder Buddies come out 4 for 1 plus the Dragon. It's a really big swing in goals for Freelance 5.
Yeah, Ashe picked up 2 kills during that. Had to burn her flash. But still. Pick up a CS lead. She's going to finish that cold that she picked up earlier soon, and she's going to be pretty strong during this mid-game.
Deranged just going to be farming himself up.
Needs to get some tank stats so he doesn't get taken out by Maokai anymore.
So 4-Alk, I'm not sure what he's doing right now. They throw it on a control ward, and there's the ping onto the blue buff. They're gonna try and hand that off to Bromson. I'm just watching the minimap because there's really nothing to see up here.
Yeah, just a little bit of farming and tank slapping in the top lane.
Evelyn really has a rough time in the jungle now, just because she doesn't excel at taking raptors, which is basically the hardest part of any jungle clear.
Yeah, when the LCS players, they pick something like Rengar and Graves, they just go straight for the Raptors. They use that AoE that those champions bring. Take them out. Sometimes they have the, seems that the mid laners come down and throw out an ability or two to help them out with it.
See how 4-Alk's struggling to take that Raptor camp on this Evelyn. You really have to kite it really well, and even then it's really tough to take on champions like Evelyn.
Back to watching.
Here we go, but Deranged is here. He's got Infinite Duress. He's gonna land it on a Beat Rush, but it looks like Sutonri was not paying attention. There he throws out the Vengeful Maelstrom, and the taunt does not land. Beat Rush able to just walk his way out of there. A little bit wasted on the side of Thunder Buddies because of that. Keratin is gonna get the Dazzle, doesn't land on the Dark Dub, but there's the Gravity Field, is gonna stun him out. The Chaos Storm comes out. There's the Cosmic Radiance to keep himself alive, and Kami now has to run for his life. The Chaos Storm is chasing behind him. He turns around for the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Keratin will go down. Killing spree over to Kamina, but now Raisuke Fury autoing away, and he gets the shutdown. Ooh, Beat Rush now at half health, no mana. Deranged smites in for the slow. He goes flash forward and gets the Stand United. He gets the Fear backwards. The Shadow Dash coming out afterwards. He does get him the taunt, and Beat Rush is just going to go down. Sutonri picks up that kill.
Good pickup for them. They're going to wait for that wave to show up to the tower and maybe try to put some.
Oh, Iceman is out of position here. Bromson turns around, just says, I want this minion wave, and 4-Alk is like, I can't take him by myself.
Iceman's in trouble.
He throws down the Agony's Embrace, the flash forward, but Bromson flashes into the shockwave. The barrier comes out from Iceman, and Bromson trying to chase him down. He gets both procs of the laser, but Deranged is here now, and 4-Alk has to run for his life. Deranged now gonna jump onto Bromson. He's got the Fear running, and he fears both of them as he turns away. There's the laser onto Deranged. It's not going to be enough damage. Freelance 5 unable to close on that one, and Sutonri going to pick up Tower First Blood maybe for Thunder Buddies.
It's getting really close. Bromson or Beat Rush just started
Keratin is going to stun up Dark Dud on the Dazzle. There's the Grasping Roots to turn back some damage, and they trade about evenly. Dark Dud maybe just a little bit ahead, but there's the Ward Wars going on. Keratin, he heals himself up, gets the auto attack, shields himself with another couple. There's the Dazzle, not quite going to land onto Dark Dud.
Kamina doesn't quite have his ult up yet, so
takes away the Scuttle Crab, but Beat Rush has something to say about this. The Twisted Advance shoves him into the air with the Arcane Smash, and that's going to be all the damage that Maokai can do at this point.
It's weird seeing the sapling not do damage when it lands. So long it was when that did that still.
He's an old champion and he's always had that. Now he doesn't.
I was kind of hoping when they did his rework they'd put it back. Just to see, just if they had shifted things around and saw fit. Since it's how it always was. But he's got some other cool toys now to play with.
Sutonri pulling himself pretty significantly ahead over Beat Rush.
Yeah.
Deranged actually quite a bit out of 4-outs as well. Despite those 2 deaths, he's got a huge CS lead as well as an experience advantage, but 4-outs comes around, gets the kill quickly onto Dark Dud and helps Rice Cake Fury pick up a killing spree onto Kamina.
It was a well-executed gank. Keratin flashed in at just the right time when Evelyn was making her way around the corner. Evelyn got in, put down the burst. Rice Cake Fury was on it already with the Void Ooze and his, I don't know, living artillery?
That's the ultimate.
That's the ultimate?
No, Arcane Barrage is the W.
Yeah, I was just saying she was on point.
Sutonri teleporting to try and save it, but it's interrupted by the Twisted Advance. Now Beat Rush just beating onto Sutonri, throws out the sapling as Tower First Blood actually goes down in favor of the Freelance 5. Sutonri trying to trade onto Beat Rush, and you can see how those Maokai nerfs hurt because Shen very handily winning that trade. Deranged takes away his own blue buff, says, you don't need this one, Iceman. 4-out spotted on a control ward. It's very scary to be a level 8 Evelyn up against a level 10 Warwick in the enemy jungle. Oh, Enchanted Crystal finds Keratin, followed up by the Infinite Duress. He's rooted in place. The Cosmic Rain is going to come out. He feared up before he can get the invincibility. Rice Cake running for his life. He turns it around, but he gets exhausted. The ball comes out. There's the Agony's Embrace to slow up the Thunder Buddies, and they are successfully disengaged, only losing the support.
Yeah, he channeled the TP. They started to kind of gather around it, looking to take him out when he appeared, so he canceled it. And he kind of helped Godwall get away there. Yeah,
but Sutonri will answer with a tower in the top lane for Thunder Buddies. Earth Dragon started up.
Looks like they're a little bit afraid of committing to it yet.
Ooh, there's the Vengeful Maelstrom. Deranged is going to get Stand United. Bromson rooted in place by the Grasping Roots, throws out the Chaos Storm, but Shockwave pulls him back in, and Sutonri picks up the kill. Now Beat Rush is in trouble, surrounded by 5 members of the Thunder Buddies, and he's just going to go down. He turns to advance, looking for the kill into Iceman, but he's not going to be able to find it.
A little bit more time, he might have been able to get that one.
And yeah, the Thunder Buddies with 2 quick picks onto the solo laners. There's going to be an uncontested Earth Dragon.
Yeah, picks. Beat Rush just ran in there. Beat Rush engaged onto their team, but his team wasn't close enough to back up the play, and all of Thunder Buddies were there waiting. And then they just get taken out, and there goes the dragon. And it looks like they might even lose this mid-turret for that too.
Rice Cake trying to do what he can with the Bio Arcane Barrage. He's starting to do damage, but Sutonri, he's got a decent chunk of tankiness on him now. Oh, Dark Dud very low. There's the Living Artillery. Dark Dud, one more would have killed him, but he able to get out with the Command Protect.
This is not a name that rolls off the tongue. Living Artillery.
Oh, hold on a second. No, Rice Cake Fury might have been a little bit too far forward, but the Enchanted Crystal are a miss. He flashes away from the Infinite Duress. Oh, but the Flash Fear from Deranged, but he gets exhausted, stunned up, and Keratin picks up a kill. Deranged a little too far forward from his team into the enemy. Freelance 5 now with a 4-man push into the mid lane, as well as 4-outs actually, so it's 5. They're going to be able to pick up the second tower of the game for themselves. That evens up tower count. They're just a little bit behind in gold after this one, about 2k. And Rice Cake, he's looking for the damage from this Kog'Maw. There's the Dazzle, not going to stand on anyone, but Kamina takes a lot of damage. Just one auto attack from Rice Cake.
Now, that's the second time we've seen somebody on one of these teams kind of go in and just be alone. Just they go in there, but their team's not close enough to follow them up, and too many people on the other team are there.
Beat Rush, he finds Dark Dud in a corridor. Keratin gonna try and stun him up. There's the Cosmic Radiance, and it's gonna be invincibility for everybody. Sutonri trying to save the Dark Dud, and he's gonna flash away. One auto attack is not gonna be enough, or will the red buff be enough? Summon and Heal comes out. Beat Rush goes in, he stuns up Deranged with the Twisted Advance, but Keratin's caught. The Shockwave finds nobody. 4-Ouch is gonna get in with the Agony's Embrace, but they all successfully disengage. Beat Rush getting focused down, but he's gonna be able to make it out. No, Kamina gets one more auto attack down. There's the laser, Death Ray comes out. Kamina takes a lot of damage from Rice Cake Fury. He's running wild, letting the auto attack go out. Grasping Roots is gonna miss, but Dark Dud very low. Sudanri comes out, the Death Ray's gonna land. Rice Cake needs one more auto attack, two more auto attacks. Rice Cake Fury, oh, Deranged with the Infinite Thrust misses, and it's a double kill over to Rice Cake.
Whew, a lot of craziness going on in this little jungle hallway. Back and forth, the teams taking turns, chasing each other through it, and nobody really comes out on top. A lot of deaths on both teams.
It could have been so big for the Freelance 5, but Rice Cake Fury they didn't have appropriate target selection there. Just tunneled really hard onto several kills, changed targets a little bit too late. It could have been a lot more for them. But in the end, oh, and hold on a second, Bromson gets caught by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. He's just gonna get taken out by an auto attack from Iceman. Rice Cake now running for his life. Iceman does not have the Shockwave available just yet, uses the Blade of the Rune King to get the movement speed out. Meanwhile, Beat Rush pushed the minion wave in, but he doesn't quite have the wave to take out the tower. But yeah, now Rice Cake, absolutely monstrous. 7-3-3 on this Kog'Maw. He's the big carry that the Freelance 5 need to win this series. What an upset it would be if they were to take out the currently 5-1 Thunder Buddies for life. I think their only drop game that the Thunder Buddies have is to Trill Boys, who are currently undefeated. And I'm a little perplexed by Bromson's build here, where he got the Rylai's Crystal Scepter before he upgraded his Hex Core more than once. Whereas I think just fully upgrading your Hex Core should be your #1 priority. The only time you should really buy items aside from that is when you have like a minimal amount of gold that you can't upgrade your Hex Core. Because the utility you get from that upgraded Q is really powerful. Oh, 4-Ouch looking for it, but he gets spotted out. Not going to be able to get the Agony's Embrace off. Ouch is going to drop a ward onto Deranged. Just take out the ward as it goes. The Rylai's Crystal Scepter onto 4-Ouch's Evelyn. That's quite a powerful item spike that he's got right now. It would benefit him a little bit more if he had boots so that he could like have the movement speed to stick on them while they're slowed. Just makes it a lot easier.
Can manage it. They need to try to get some vision on Baron. Now would be a good time considering they see Freelance 5 moving down across the map, even though Dragon's not spawning well. They have a team with Warwick, Zyra, Ashe, and Shin. You have a really quick Baron taking team, and they have 2 Mountain Drakes. They will absolutely melt the Baron.
The Gravity Field comes out, Enchanted Crystal Arrow is gonna find Bromson. The Shadow Dash already used, but the Infinite Thrust comes out. Shockwave will take him out. And but there's the Cosmic Radiance. Beat Rush and Keratin fighting 2v5 with that one. 4-Ouch comes out. Nice Agony's Embrace on the 4 members, but he gets exhausted. Iceman has no Shockwave, and Rice Cake Fury has joined the fight. Now he's unloading. Deranged goes very low, has to flash himself out of there. 4-Ouch and Keratin back away, but it's gonna be a 1-for-0 in favor of Thunder Buddies for life.
Just needed to take out a few members of Freelance 5 with their entire team remaining, and they could just go take an uncontested Baron very quickly.
Yeah. With the Blade of the Rune King on Ashe, Warwick takes Baron decently fast. Shen will offer a little bit more than a lot of top laners will.
Yeah. And Zyra. Just puts down a lot of DPS in general with their plants.
Thunder Buddies setting up around this dragon. It will be the 3rd dragon should they choose to take it. It looks like that's where Deranged and Kamina are heading now. Except Kamina turns himself around and says, I'm gonna go get that top lane farm. Oh, Keratin gets the dazzle onto Sutonri, and he Shadow Dashes his way to safety. It's not gonna be anything. But that does give the Freelance 5 positional advantage over this dragon. Deranged. Oh, he's gonna get found by 4-Ouch there. They actually find each other and they don't want any part of it.
Both teams trying to get good position on this dragon, though Ashe is very visible up in that top lane.
Yeah.
So Freelance 5 knows that this is a 4v5.
Yeah, and then, Deranged gets a little bit caught. The flash twisted advance from Beat Rush. The jungler from Thunder Buddies is dead. And now Sudanri has to shadow dash his way over the side. 4Ouch follows with the blast cone, throws down a little bit of damage, but says, okay, let's just go get this dragon. We're never going to kill this gen.
Here comes an Ashe arrow. Who's it going to steal it?
Close, but it will be successfully taken away by Rice Cake with that last auto attack.
That
means that the Enchanted Crystal Arrow is down for this next fight, as well as Deranged for the next 15 seconds. Bromson actually flashes away. Oh, Kamina stunned up, and he's caught by the twist. No! Right, Beat Rush twisted advance onto a minion, but Rice Cake is legendary because the Cosmic Radiance in a great agonies embrace from 4Ouch. It assassinates Kamina, and that's another tower over to the Freelance 5. They got 5 alive, while Kamina and Dark Dot are both dead. The dragon, or the Baron is the call. Freelance 5 take the tower and they head over there. They got a decently fast Baron taking team just by virtue of having Kog'Maw alone. It looks like Beat Rush is going to recall and teleport back to this one. Yeah, okay, so it's slow. It's going down decently fast. It's at about half now. Freelance 5 are on it. There's the teleport coming in from Beat Rush. Sudanri zoned away by the death ray.
They're getting
Bromson
pretty
taking
low.
a lot of damage, yeah.
Oriana's almost here too. They need to hurry.
Rush throws out the twisted advance. Oh, it goes in. It's smited away from 4Ouch, and now Sudanri has to flash himself out of the tower. The Freelance 5 pick up a Baron.
That was getting really close. Oriana was getting closer and closer.
Deranged is here though. Beat Rush gets the twisted advance onto him. There's the stand united. Deranged goes in with the infinite duress. Sudanri shadow dashes, but it's not enough because Deranged is healing so much. But Rice Cake Fury finally gets the kill. The twisted advance onto Sudanri, and he's gonna be left for dead. Iceman running for his life.
Iceman just now, after that ended, got his ultimate back. That would have been huge. He had everyone piled up there. He could have pulled off a Oriana ult and maybe turned that fight around, but he didn't quite have the cooldowns, and his teammates went down before he could get
Two more kills picked up by the Freelance 5 as well as that Baron. They find the gold lead, and now they have control of the game. A huge wave building in the top lane right now, as well as Kamina having to deal with the wave that's starting to pull up in the bottom.
Yeah, that Baron is huge. Like we mentioned, Thunder Buddies, it's a huge threat. They have huge like Baron pressure just with their team comp, but the fact they have 2 Mountain Dragons. So to lose a Baron already,
take that off the board so they can't use it as a threat.
Yeah,
the Freelance 5 have a big Baroned up minion wave, and now Rice Cake Fury are going to start unloading onto the tower. Has to be very careful of that shockwave from Iceman, but backs away appropriately. The Death Ray comes out, and they're having a really rough time clearing out these minion waves. Oh, Dark Dud gonna get caught by the Twisted Advance. There's the Vengeful Maelstrom. He gets knocked in by the Arcane Smash. The Cosmic Radiance comes out, and the Freelance 5 looking for the dive. Kerrigan flashes for the dazzle onto Kamina. Sudanri, the tower goes down. Sudanri now caught in the gravity field, not gonna stun him up, and they're knocked into the air by the Stranglethorns. Beat Rush going very low, but Deranged is gonna get caught by the dazzle, and he's gonna be taken down. Shockwave pulls in 4 members of the Freelance 5, but not Rice Cake, who's still very low, but he's unloading with these auto attacks. Iceman gonna get taken out just after taking out Beat Rush, and it's a 3-4-3. But the Freelance 5 still with a push. Rice Cake and 4Ouch still trying to get this tower, or this inhib down. They have the Baroned up cannon minion doing it.
They just don't have the health bars. Rice Cake, really good job. Kept a cool head. When he got really low, he flashed away. Uh-oh.
Dark Dud is in trouble. 4Ouch is looking for it. The Grasping Root's already used, and 4Ouch just gonna pop himself out and assassinate him, going unstoppable. 5-1-0 now on this Evelyn that didn't start the game super great, but now he's doing absolute work, just finding these squishies in these team fights and blowing them up from invisibility.
Yeah, Rice Cake needs just to go find something he can auto a little bit. He's got Bork. That's some pretty solid lifesteal. He just
just look at autoing under that red buff. Just gave him all of his health back.
He just needed that earlier. There weren't enough minions around for him to auto anymore when he was trying to take that inhibitor. And so Thunder Buddies zone him away.
Yeah, and Rice Cake is huge right now. Blade of the Rune King Gwynsu's, that's more than enough damage that you need. You've got the Runon's Hurricane spreading all of that on hit to multiple members of the Thunder Buddies. What is he going to pick up now? I can imagine maybe the QSS into the Mercurial Scimitar for that Warwick, for that Ashe, for that Zyra, for the everything.
Looks like he's decided to go Wit's End.
Yeah, Wit's End is going to be a higher damage option, but a little less safe. And considering you have more than enough damage right now, I think the QSS would be the better option here.
I've seen Kog'Maw with something like a Soraka support, something with a lot of heals, and they take the Spirit Visage. as they take Spirit Visage and just become, they increase their lifesteal, they increase the heals that they get, they just become so tanky while still putting out a ton of damage.
Kamina's so far behind now. He's got the Blade of the Ring King and the Runons. He's not actually going for the Black Cleaver. He's got a pickaxe, probably going towards Last Whisper, considering that Maokai is absolutely massive. The Maokai actually picks up the Executioner's Calling. Oh, Bromsy gets caught by another Enchanted Crystal Arrow, gets blown up by Iceman.
Yeah, Maokai did end up going for the Executioner's Calling. I guess he was gonna he wanted his team to have it, and nobody else was really. I guess Kog'Maw wasn't.
4-outs from Invisibility. Beat Rush moving a little bit too far forward here. Takes a lot of damage. He gets onto the range, but there's the Cosmic Radiance 4-outs. Rice Cake melts Darkdun. He will finally shut him down, but Kamina autoing under Rice Cake, and they will finally shut him down. Beat Rush, actually, what was that interaction there? Keratin is going very low. Thunder Buddies are going to be able to ace Freelance 5 off of that one.
That was an interesting interaction. Maybe he got pulled back from like max range by Oriana ult? I don't know what happened there to pull him back like that.
Yeah, Rice Cake was autoing onto Kamina. They were autoing onto each other, but Sutonri had the Spirit's Refuge on top of Kamina. That negated all of Rice Cake's damage, and that's basically all the damage that they had right there.
Yeah, Kamina... He pulled an assassin move. He flashed in, and through exhaust was actually able to kill Rice Cake. Faster than Rice Cake seemed to be able to kill him.
Yeah, so off of that team fight, Thunder Buddies pick up the bottom first tier tower as well as an Infernal Dragon. They're still just a tad behind in gold, about 200 in favor of the Freelance 5 right now. The Wit's End finally finished off for Rice Cake. He's picking up something out of that Ruby Crystal. I want to say it's probably going to be Frozen Mallet. It's such a good item on Kog'Maw, allows you to very easily keep up and melt people. Basically have no chance of escape after that one. It also gives you a little bit of extra tankiness for the burst that's definitely coming your way.
For sure. Alright, we're about a minute 10 seconds out from the next Baron. With an Infernal and 2 Mountains, and like their team comp that we mentioned before.
Yeah, I'm curious as to why Deranged has not gotten tier 2 boots on his Warwick yet. You know that the Warwick ultimate actually is increased. Oh, Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes out, doesn't quite find Rice Cake, but what would follow up if he had hit that? There was nobody in the area.
Too far away.
I think it's just kind of a wasted ultimate there by Kamina. But anyways,
looks like, oh, they're not gonna...
Yeah, Deranged doesn't have tier 2 boots on this Warwick, and the infinite duress range is actually increased by movement speed. Beat Rush throws out the Vengeful Maelstrom, and Thoroch is in the backline. He's exhausted. There's the Stand United onto Kamina. The Chaos Storm burning him away. Bromson zoning them all away as Rice Cake melts Deranged and Sutonri. 4-outs, going very low. Sutonri Shockblade pulls in Rice Cake. He turns onto Iceman. He gets the heal off. The Dazzle's not going to set him up, and the auto attacks are going to be enough to force Lasagna. He's just going to die to that Arcane Smash. Sutonri now in no man's land gets rooted up by the Twisted Advance. Sutonri is using the Spirit Refuge to stay himself alive, but the Bastion keeps 4-outs alive. It's 2 dead for Thunder Buddies, and the inhib over to the Freelance spot. Kamina now looking for it. Rice Cake Fury is going to be autoing onto Deranged. Now he turns onto Kamina, and you'll always win that auto attack fight. Freelance 5 looking for the end with this minion wave. They don't have a Baron buff, and they don't have the biggest of minion waves, but they're looking for it nonetheless. The first tower getting focused down. If Rice Cake Fury does do a decent amount, oh, there's the Twisted Advance under Deranged. He's going to get stunned up by the Dazzle, and he will go down. Beat Rush gets it with the Vengeful Maelstrom pop. The first tower falls. The second tower going to be going down, and it looks like the Freelance 5 will pull off the win. They're focusing the Nexus, except Rice Cake, who's going for some minion damage. And the Freelance 5 with the victory over Thunder Buddies.
Buffer that CS score a little bit. Pad it. Alright, so that's going to be it for Game 1. Freelance 5 pick up the win over Thunder Buddies. Pretty good. 2-4 versus 5-1, so that was a good pickup for them. A good confidence booster.
And Rice Cake Fury going absolutely massive in that game. Iceman was doing his best to try and assassinate him, but with that Wit's End, with that little bit of extra tankiness from the Ruby Crystal and Keratin's constant shielding, he was just able to survive all of the burst and just melt through Thunder Buddies after that.
Yeah, Carradine was doing a great job, even not only at protecting Rice Cake, but at shifting his focus where he needed it to be. He would switch from offense to defense, in a team fight, which sometimes people have trouble with just like tunneling onto one or the other for the rest of the fight. And he was doing a good job of, keeping track of his teammates and the enemies. Whoever he needed to, he was on them.
Yeah, and just a number of miscommunications on the side of Thunder Buddies. A little bit uncharacteristic from them. Iceman not on the same page as his tank line. Kamina throwing out Enchanted Crystal Arrows where no one was ready to follow up. Deranged throwing himself in with the Infinite Duress just to get blown up.
There's some really good potential initiations there between Ash ult to be followed up by a Warwick ult with the Orianna ball on him. There's just some various initiation things they could have done that we didn't really see them attempt to do.
Yeah, but in the end, it will be Freelance 5 taking up a well-deserved win. We are going to take a short break before we get into our second game of the night. Thanks, guys, so much for watching, and see you in just a few minutes.
And don't forget, we're going to throw up a little MVP poll.
Yeah.
Yeah, vote for the MVP. Whoever you think did the best earns a little bit of extra recognition on Freelance 5. We'll post that shortly.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and see you in just a few minutes.